Today on the show, we're going to talk about some trucks. And if you got the hint there, you know what I'm talking about. The new 2024 Toyota Tacoma build and price has sneakily got out. Now, it's not officially on their website, but this is as official as I'm going to say we're going to get because it's done. Best I can tell, this website is done, and they just have to basically turn the switch, and it's for the public. So let's go into this because I'm curious, and I've been curious for a long time. What is my dream version of the new Tacoma going to cost? And can I afford the thing? Now, I will say, as we bring this up, the new build and price here does not reflect all of their lineup. So what that means is they do not have their hybrids out there. So you will not see the TRD Pro and, the Overland trims, the Trail Hunter that they're doing. That's not on here just yet. That's because that won't be available till the spring. So there's no reason to tease an audience with something they can't get and bug dealers. So I respect that. So let's take a look at this thing and we will go from there. So as you can see here, it says build your own. So we're going to start out at $31,500, and that is the SR trim. The SR5 trim is $36,200. And the thing I like about, look at both of these, look at the fuel economy on these, basically 20 and 26. That's pretty rad for that because it's not a small truck. Don't get me wrong. And those numbers are pretty good for a pickup truck. And they're a box, with a big bed in the back. So they're not aerodynamically the best thing out there. So the TRD pre-runner, which a lot of people have been very excited about, it's going to start around $38,100. Once again, 2024 on the highway. The TRD Sport, so we're getting into more of the off-road trims now. $39,400, and we're still getting some pretty good fuel economy. The TRD off-road, $41,800. Now it looks like fuel economy is going to take a hit there a little bit, and I think that's because you're starting to lose. You can't see it, and they've taken a lot of heat for this, but these spoilers and all this stuff they've put on the front of these things to make them more aerodynamic, you're starting to lose those on the off-road trims because you don't want to drag them out. And finally, it looks like we have a limited that starts at $52,100. Now, 5 to 6 years ago, had you told me a full-size truck was $52,000, that was pretty expensive. In 2017, I bought a new Nissan Titan, and it was $54,000. That's V8 power, full-size truck, 4-door cab, and I thought that was a lot of money then. Well, we're getting into it now, and we know we're dealing with inflation. So out of all these, which one would you pick? Would you go all the way, or do you want to start at the SR and like, hey, I'll build down the road, I'll add things to my truck the way I want it, or do you go all the way to the limited? Now, I will say for me, if you've been on around the channel for quite a while, I want the most off-road worthy truck that I can get. So right now would be between the TRD Sport or the TRD Off-Road, and for the price difference there, you're not talking much. So I'm going to select the TRD Off-Road, and I'm pretty pumped about this because as you can see right there, that thing looks pretty rad. I like the way this thing looks. Now let's get into the build and price of this thing. So let's hit next step. So we get a couple cab options, which once again Toyota leads the way, and a lot of the other brands have taken heat about this, not giving options for cabs. Now, Toyota will sell 180 to 220,000 of these things a year. So they're cranking them out. Now, with the other brands, if they sell around 100,000, that's a pretty good for them. So they can't necessarily take the hit to stamp a couple different options. They want to stamp one option, let their loyal customers buy those, where Toyota can, hey, we can make some moves there, because not just the bed options, but you're going to get a manual transmission option as well. So as you can see, the bed a little bit shorter there. So a 60-inch long bed or a 73-inch long bed. I know a lot of people, especially if you're camping or if you're just doing a lot of hauling of things, motorcycle stuff like that, you're probably going to want the double cab there with the 6-foot bed, but I want the 5-foot bed. I want the most off-road capable. So the shorter of a package I can get, the better for me. So that's why I'm going to choose that one. So next up, we have some transmission options the way it looks here. So we have the iForce 2.4 liter, which I know, guys, why did they not do a V6? It's all about emissions. You have to cut cylinders to start meeting these heavy regulations they have to go through, or it's just directly to EV, and then we're not happy. So at least we're getting a gasoline powered truck that we can still have fun with. So I commend Toyota for trying to make a difference for the for our environment a little bit. So if you want the automatic, the 8-speed automatic transmission, you're going to get 278 horsepower at a 6,000 RPM. 6,000 RPM is a lot of RPM, which you'll see a lot of times when I do these. They crank the RPMs up. That's where you get the max horsepower. I don't know why you would be cranking at 6,000 RPMs, but if you want the max horsepower, there you go. And 317 foot-pounds of torque at 1,700 RPMs, which is pretty low. So That's pretty nice thing about a turbo. Keep the RPMs low. You're getting all that extra compression is just pushing hard. And if you need to tow something or you're maybe pulling a stump out of the woods, I don't know what you would use the truck for, but at low speeds there, it's going to work well. Now, if you want the manual transmission, so you're getting the option of a 6-speed manual transmission, you're going to lose just a little bit. So we're going to lose 8 horsepower, but it's at a lower RPM, so 270 horsepower there, and you're going to lose just slightly some foot-pounds of torque, and the RPMs bumped up just ever so slightly. So I like the fact that they're giving us options still. But for me, if I have to choose between the two, I'm going automatic right now. If I want to shift, and nothing against people that shift, but if I want to shift, it's probably into some sort of sports car. The trucks, I've just pretty much given up on wanting to shift anymore. I'm old. I'm cranky, man. We'll keep it at that. But that's where I would be with that. So let's hit next step. Now we've got some color options, and as you can see here, here's our truck we've built so far. So we're already at 44,395. I'm always amazed if you never add any options. I guess we might have added the automatic. Maybe that was part of it. But I'm always amazed, and I know Ford and GM, they're bad about this on their building prices. It'll say starting out at, say, $40,000, and then you click it and done nothing, and suddenly you're at like 42. You're like, what's the deal? PR marketing. But let's see what we got here. So the white truck there looks great. I do like the kind of caps on the wheel wells there to kind of make it look a little more rugged. But we've got a couple colors here. So let's start with our first one, which is one of my favorites. I've seen this color this past weekend, and this is Solar Octane. And I saw this on a Sequoia, a brand new Sequoia, and they took that Expel, the matte paint protection film, and put on over this color. And oh my God, it looks so good. But this color in general, me and Kelly, if we could afford the Sequoia right now, it would be TRD Pro in this color, and we would be so happy because I love this color. But there is a price to pay for that, $425 on that. Now we have the next color, which is Bronze Oxide. And I've seen this color in person. I like it. I don't know that it's for me, though. I feel like I would just get kind of tired of it. But in person, it is a nice color. There is a lot of sparkle to it, something that these digital photos don't really reflect very well. We got to see it on the Trail Hunter when we did a walk around the Trail Hunter in Texas a couple months ago. And it's not bad. Works well with bronze colors. Now we have an Ice Cap, which is just basically the white color there. And not bad. I actually like white pickup trucks for some reason. I like the black kind of accents to it. Gives it that little bit of Stormtrooper vibe for some reason. And they don't show dirt that bad. So what do we got next? Underground, which is a nice dark, kind of a gray there, which is nice. Seems to work well with all the plastics there, so that looks good. Next up, we have the color, which is Celestial Silver Metallic, which I'm pretty excited by that. And silver's starting to grow on me. As the older I get, I don't know. I used to never like silver vehicles, but that looks pretty good. Now, next up, we have just black. Nothing fancy for this naming of this color. It's just black, which sinister looking. Look at that truck. That looks great, man. Now we have red, which is supersonic red, and which there is an upcharge for $425. I'm sure it's because there is a tint coat to that red, and it's usually like a tri-coat, and which generally, it's a little harder to paint. And finally, we have one of Toyota's best colors. This is the Blue Crush Metallic, and this truck, I've seen this color in person, and it's just so nice. It really is. It's a good representation for Toyota with their vehicles. I like it a lot. But out of all these, where would you choose? So I'm curious, which one would you pick out of all these? Because if you come down here to the interior colors, so right now we're the Boulder Black fabric with smoked silver. Watch this. You're going to start losing some color options. So just be aware that you might not get everything that you want with the color you're picking. So depending on your interior here, as you can see right here. So as you can see, we're getting some colors changing inside. So we're losing some options, or it looks like we're going to get the full palette this way, or for $8,800, which is the premium package, which I'm just going to go ahead and hit cancel. I don't want to know what $8,800 right now is going to get me. I want to go through the package and kind of see what we can get there. But I'm just going to go with the black and white, the standard. I think ultimately some of the flashier colors you may kind of like at first, then you kind of get tired of it. So I'm just going to stick with that. But I am going with the Solar Octane. That thing looks rad. It looks sporty, and I generally like loud colors. So Kelly will tell you if it was a bright red, bright yellow, something like this, I'm probably going to be attracted to that. So that is the color for me, and our price has gone up ever so slightly. So next up, we have some options here. Now we can get heated seats, which I commend Toyota for just being able to buy heated seats. These are some of these packages I've said for years. If they would just let you check a box of the heated seats, heated steering wheel, stuff like that you wanted, you'd be a happy customer. But no, sometimes they force you into packages, and it's a whole pain in the butt. But we can get heated seats there for $585, or we can get heated seats with options Well, it's just one option, and they're mud guards. So for $645, the audio multimedia upgrade, which is the larger screen, for $845. The audio media upgrade with options, which is just mud guards, for $905. The stabilizer disconnect. Now, this is one for me. I have this on our Ford Bronco, and I like it a lot. If you have never, if you're coming from a Jeep or something like that, and you're used to having a little bit more flex. Once you get into independent front suspension, you lose that. Obviously, you're gaining a way better ride, but you do lose a little bit of your flex. So for $1,230, it looks like we can get that stabilizer disconnect bar. So I'm going to add that right away. I want that 100%. I'm not going to fight about that. So we can go audio multimedia upgrades with options. So we get the heated seats, the audio upgrades, and mud guards. So no thank you on that. Here's the stabilizer disconnect with options. So we can get the heated seats, the stabilizer disconnect. That one's pretty tempting. We can get it with the options of the multimedia upgrade stabilizer disconnect, and let's see what else we're getting there. We're going to get the big touch screen, so it doesn't really give us a ton. I want to say it's probably mud flaps on top of that. Here is for $2,700. We can get the heated seats, the audio upgrade, the mud guards, and the stabilizer disconnect system. Or we can get the TRD off-road package for $4,640, which is let's see what we got there. We're going to get the TRD upgraded package with the 5-foot bed, includes the 8-way power adjustable front seats, leather trimmed and heated steering wheel, which I like a heated steering wheel. JBL premium audio. So some of the newer cars, it's one things that I feel like they're neglecting is the radio. We're all getting these big screens, but they're kind of neglecting the sound of these things. So JBL, it's going to sound great. And it comes with that little portable speaker. So it just pops out of the dash. You can take it with you at your beach or wherever you're going. QI wireless charging, which I will say works pretty well. I like it in the Tundra quite a bit. And I like how they have it standing up straight. The front and rear parking assist with automatic braking, pre-wired auxiliary switches, AC power inverter, integrated trail brake controller, and and power horizontal rear mirror. Now for $4,600, all day long, I'm going to add that because I this is my dream version of this truck, and we're only at $49,000 before shipping or anything. Considering where trucks are going, that's not bad. Now, would I love to have a big V6 in this or a big V8 in this thing? Of course I would, but we're not there just yet. So we've selected that, but it looks like we have a few more options. So we can go the upgrade for $5,300, but what does that really give us? What are we getting extra here? It doesn't really say. So looks like we can get mud guards. Okay, so we're just starting to get into that. Now we can get a moonroof. Now I do like a moonroof in this thing, but let's see what the deal are. So we're gonna get the TRD off-road package with moonroof for $5,400, which is not bad if you consider, it's not gonna upcharge our place too much because we went from 4,640. That would put us, let's see, where were we at here for the moonroof? That's not, the moonroof, $1,200 or so. That's not too bad. Let's see. We get the packages just keep going as you look at this. This is nuts. This is unusual for Toyota too, to keep with all these packages. The upgraded TRD off-road package. Let's see what else we got here. Stabilizer disconnect, all the TRD off-road, the mud guards, the multimedia. So it just keeps bumping you up a little bit with the radio systems. And looks like we're here for $10,000. Let's see what we get. So we're going to get mud guards, the premium package with the 5-foot bed. The includes the soft X trim. So we're getting the nicer seats with heated and ventilated 8-way power adjustable front seats. Man, ventilated seats would be pretty nice. So we're going to get the normal TRD off-road package there, as you can see. We're going to get the power open close tailgate and the power horizontal, if I can say it right, rear window. So it looks like we're getting a lot of cool options here, but for $10,000, it's double the price of what I'm already into this thing. $10,000. Wow. That's tempting. It's tempting because I would like all the goodies, but I'm going to hold off there. I want to keep this thing somewhat affordable in this crazy day and age. So I want to hold off there, and we're already getting kind of pricey. So let's hit next step. Now, this is where Toyota, they kill me with this. They have such silly options, and all manufacturers do this. All-weather floor liners, 100%. I like the manufacturers now. They do such a good job with their floor liners versus just the old carpeted mats. For $179, you're never going to notice that in your car payment. I don't need wheel locks. I don't need cargo nets, no bed extender, body side molding steps. No, the bed step in the back, even though these trucks are starting to get taller, I'm going to pass on that for right now. The cast aluminum running boards, Don't let these are not rock sliders. Do not let those fool you that, oh, I've got rock slider protection. No, that's aluminum, man. It will ding up easily. And for $1,200, you can get real steel rock sliders. And in my opinion, rock sliders are great because in a side impact, it's just like having your frame of your vehicle out a little bit more and just adds a little bit more protection to your friends and family. The lock boxes, we can get a cool mount here for the GoPro had need be. We can get some scuff protectors there for $135, which those we might see down the road. Those might actually be pretty cool. The emblem overlays for $89. Guess what? I can put some rubber spray on that. Works perfect, and it's a lot cheaper. Do we want the chrome tips and all that? This is an off-road truck to me. I'm not interested in that. Do you want the integrated dash cam? Which I've got to toy with this a little bit with Toyota, and it's not bad. But for $500, I feel like you can get probably a nicer dash camera, even though it won't be wired all the way. You can get a little bit of a nicer deal aftermarket. These tie-down hooks are kind of neat, but something I think aftermarket will do better. Paint hood protection film for $435. And a lot of times these are done at the dealerships. I'm not interested in that because I would probably want the whole vehicle done anyway. So there's no reason to do just the hood and the front here. Predator tube steps, once again, they're okay if you're never going to take the truck really off-road and you want that kind of look. Past that, they're not real protection there. So other than just the fact that you got steps to get in your vehicle, I would have zero interest in that. Now the roof rack here, some of this stuff is stuff you'll start being able to get with the Trail Hunter. That's pretty cool that they're offering it as options. You can get the little black inserts here, which is kind of cool. Spray and bed liner for $575, which might not be a bad deal, but guess what? It's going to add wait time. So remember with Toyota as well, early on, you don't get to order exactly the truck you want. So the dealers are ordering these trucks and, you have to kind of take what they have. Now, you can package this truck just like what we're doing, make your best version of the truck you want. And eventually they might get that truck, an allocation for that truck, that build, just how we have it. So just remember that with Toyota, they don't do just made to order. Maybe down the road they will, but right now it's you're going to get what the dealership has ordered. And we're getting into a lot of little, off-road options here that I don't care about. So let's hit next step and let's see what our truck is going to cost us. So our 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro is $49,639 is right now the way we're setting, and that looks pretty cool. Now we started at $42,900. We did add the solar octane for $425. There was no interior color. There was no upcharge for that. We did go with the off-road, the TRD off-road package, which gives us the stabilizer disconnect. We're getting a little bit nicer features in that. I think it had the electric seats and stuff, so that's pretty nice. All-weather floor mats was the big splurge at $179. And the delivery, processing, and handling is $14.95, which is one of the cheaper ones in the business right now. So that is going to cost us $49,639. Now, as I say this, I want to talk to you about how a lot of Toyota dealerships are going to work right now. If you want to buy this vehicle, expect some bad dealers out there that are going, okay, that's what Toyota says the cost is. We're going to add another $2 to $3 grand on top of that. And some I've seen already 10 grand on top of this. If you want to be some of the first to own this vehicle, man, we're dealing with inflation right now. We're dealing with high interest rates. Don't finance your house away just to get the best, coolest looking truck right now. Wait, cross shop dealers. There are a bunch out there. Get on the forums, especially on Facebook, some of the social media sites. People are saying, hey, this dealer didn't charge me, they're going right to MSRP, or this dealer, hey, there are bad ones out there. And even some of the forums like the Tacoma 4G out there, there's a database now of good dealerships. Use your resources and you can find the vehicle priced at what you want. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about this. How would you spec your Toyota? And are you excited that we're actually going to get the building prices now? Because I know I am. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or this badass Tacoma, I'm going to drive. It's been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd. We're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.